What is up? This is Colonial Puppet, and this is going to be a tutorial on how to build a skyscraper like the ones you see in front of you. Maybe a little less detailed than that, but just a quick and dirty, simple office building, maybe like that, or even this. I might put in some diagonal walls and stuff like that, but just something really quick and simple. I have this little plot of land right here, which I'm going to build on. I don't know the dimensions of it, but it doesn't really matter. I'm just going to get right into it. This is my list of materials. I accidentally took a screenshot. But just simple stuff: iron, stain glass, blue stained glass, quartz, clay, a torch, sea lantern, wooden axe for I have World Edit installed, blue stained pane, and a beacon, though I don't think I'm going to be using the beacon since I have the sea lantern. And the first thing to make note of is the materials that you pick. I always try and pick something or materials that aren't too flamboyant like that over there, unless it's like a building that's intentionally weird looking and like colorful. Some people build with like iron, or not iron, like diamonds and gold, and it kind of looks strange, not like a real office building. If you want to make it look like a real office building, pick kind of mute colors like this stained clay, light gray stained clay, or white stained clay, or just plain old clay. Stone, iron, which is what I'm going to be building it with. It's going to be like a white, sleek office building with blue windows. I like stone slabs too. Stone slabs are nice. Just kind of, also black windows look really good, and cayenne stained clay is a really good building material for office buildings. So with that in mind, I'm going to get started right here. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to build out 4 blocks from the corner, and this is to make sure that I have a big enough or wide enough sidewalk between the road and the building itself. Yep, and 4 out ensures that I have like 4 blocks wide is a good width for sidewalks. 3 is like the smallest you should go, and 5 is pretty good too. I wouldn't go wider than 6 though. This is going to be 4, so I'm going to put the corner of the building in right here. So this is the corner, and from this corner I'm going to plan out the spacing of the windows of the building. It's always important to start with one corner instead of placing all 4 corners and then filling it in between, because that's how you get uneven windows, which I've done in the past and it doesn't look too good. So here's the corner. I'm going to make the floor height 6 blocks, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll build that up all the way, like so. And so from this corner I think I'm going to make them 3 blocks wide. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. It's kind of hard to count with stone bricks, but you could kind of eyeball it. And if you place it like 2, then you can know just to break it. And it's kind of a crapshoot. I don't know how it's going to leave me on this side in terms of sidewalk width. So this is the other corner. It's a little smaller than the other, or the width is a little smaller than the width over there. It's 3 blocks instead of 4, but that's alright. Doesn't really matter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So a total of 6 blocks high. Gonna build it all the way up like so. I'm gonna do that all the way down. Yep. And then I'm gonna do the same thing lengthwise, because this isn't a perfect square plot. It's rectangular, so I'm going to do the same thing I did down this way. 1, 2, 3, boom. 1, 2, 3, boom. 2, 3, 2, 3, 3, 3, 3, and getting towards the end. I think I'll make this one the last one. And so now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that means I have an extra block of space to like maybe put plants or something, just to kind of even out the sidewalk. 2, 3, 4, 5. It's better to get sidewalks that are generally the same but don't have to be exactly the same than to have sidewalks that are the exact same width all the way around but windows that like are uneven and therefore kind of ugly in some instances. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, so did that. Now I'm going to do the exact same thing, only mirrored. So I'm going to do the same thing down here and the same thing down there, and if I do it right, they should match up. So instead of you having to sit through me doing that, I'm just going to cut the video to when I'm done doing that. One thing to note, I had made a mistake. These two vertical pillars were on this side instead of this side. I just broke them and put them over here so that it matches the other ones. So yep, now I'm going to start on this wall and that wall over there. Alright, I'm back, and as you can see, everything lined up pretty well. There's a little bunny right here, just kind of hopping around. Next, what I'm going to do is fill in. I'm actually going to get the cayenne stained clay that I mentioned earlier. Right here. I know it says cayenne, but it kind of looks like gray, which is good. Because this is a sleek office building that uses very mute colors, monochromatic colors. And I'm just going to connect everything like so. I'm not actually going to fill in these spaces with glass, however. The glass is going to go on this layer, which you'll see in a second if that did not make sense. So I'm just going to walk around, fill all this in. Alright, so all those are filled in, and next I'm going to take just regular old clay and build up the side like so, and go all the way around here like this, and then so it's kind of like outlines it like that. And I'm going to do the same thing for each side like this. I'll do this side and then cut to when I'm done all 4 sides. Oops. I'm using clay because it's kind of blue looking, and I want it to match the blue stained clay, or stained glass that's going to go in it. So I'm going to do that for the other 2 sides that are left. Okay, so I'm done that, and the next part that I'm going to do, I'm going to use World Edit. Unfortunately, if you're not on PC and you're on console, you're going to have to do this by hand, or if you don't have World Edit installed. But basically, I'm just going to fill in this entire space with blue stained glass. So I'm going to take the wooden axe, do the whole thing, T, set blue stained glass. Or I guess I'm not. Alright, let me undo that. T, set, there. So I'm going to fill it in by hand. I'll just quick show you what I'm talking about. I'll do this. So basically, you get the gist of it. I'm going to be filling all of this in with blue stained glass. All of that, all 4 sides, so I will see you when I'm done that. Alright, I'm back, and as you can see, I filled all of these in. I actually exited out and went into MC Edit and filled them in. Unfortunately, because World Edit, as you saw, did not work. Next, I'm going to be putting another layer of facade on this building. which is going to be the cayenne stained clay. Going to have one block spaced things. I don't know. It's going to be a kind of sad looking office building, I guess. And if it seems like I'm... Actually, I hope this works. Let me check. If it seems like I'm doing this off the cuff and just kind of making it up as I go along, that wouldn't work. Huh, interesting. They're spaced out 3 blocks, so I don't know why that wouldn't work. Here, I might have actually done this wrong. 1 second. This is how I build buildings. I kind of trial and error things till I get them right. So I would need to start... Okay, I understand what I did wrong. I'd actually need to start... I'll start here, actually. So, as you can see, I started 2 blocks in from the glass pane. So on the 3rd block of glass pane is when I started this. But yeah, I kind of do trial and error, see what things work, what don't. So I said this is going to be quick, but quick as in 1 episode. I'm going to cram this all into 1 episode. And the building's going to be pretty simple. This is like the last thing I'm going to do before I start adding like the core and the interior lighting and stuff. Alright, so that looks pretty cool, I think. And a lot of this is just kind of experimentation. If you want to get cool looking buildings, you gotta kind of experiment with different window layouts and different types of facade. Try not to just build the same building over and over again. You could take elements from other buildings you've built, but like there's always like a level of trying to create something different in all these skyscrapers. And again, I'm going to cut it once I'm done this wall. So yep, lining it up with the first iron vertical support, going to the last iron vertical support before these corner supports. Just going to do that all the way around like that, but for the other 2 walls that I haven't done yet, and I'm going to cut that out so you don't have to watch me do that again. Alright, I'm done that. As you can see, these are on all 4 sides of the building, and now I'm going to add the torches on the inside, just on each one of these iron supports, just all the way around to light the perimeter of the building. Though I'm probably going to hang sea lanterns from the ceiling as well around the building. But I'll cross that bridge when I get to it. I'll leave the corners undone, so it's just the outermost vertical supports, iron vertical supports. Alright, next I'm going to find the center of the building, which I'm just going to use lanterns because they just happen to be in my inventory. Actually, how do I do this? I'm an idiot. Don't do it from the corners. It's easier just to count the windows. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there's 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is the center of this wall. So I'm just going to build out a bunch. Random blocks, doesn't really matter. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So there's 9. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is the center right here. So I'm going to build that out. Oops. So this is the center block right here. Just going to mark that. And what I'm going to build now is the core of the building. This is where all the stairwells go, where you can actually go up the building and all that good stuff. I'm going to put 2 stairwells. So if this is the So I'm going to make the hallway of the, actually I'm going to make 4 stairwells. This is going to be the hallway in the core. This will all make sense once this is built. So it's going to be 3 blocks wide, the hallway. Then I'm going to start building the stairwells right now. I'm going to get white stained clay. I'm going to place the beacon because I don't need that. Set the time to 0 so we can see. So this is the center. I'm going to build out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's stairwell 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sorry if this doesn't make sense. It will in about 2 seconds. This is still the center, so this is the center. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to make these corners iron as well. I'm going to mirror the same thing on this side. So this is iron. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, get rid of this. Don't need it anymore since we know. Or I'll just leave the center marked just in case. Next, I'm going to take out these 2, like so. Oh, I forgot to put that. Alright, so now we have this weird looking thing, which will make sense in a second. Then I'm going to go 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and then iron. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Boom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then I'm just going to connect like so. Make sure the corners are iron. Like that. Next, I'm going to take the center one, build it out to here, and this one, build it out to here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, that's the stairwells, or these are about to be stairwells. Gonna build up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in total. Since there's already 1, just need to go up 5 more, like that. Actually, I'll just build this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So build up the iron, and then you could fill in this wall. I'll do the T set white stain clay. Oh boy. Just downloaded this like 5 seconds ago. T set air. Guess I'll hand fill it. I guess they changed block IDs, and I don't know the block IDs offhand, so just gotta do it by hand, unfortunately. Or I'll see what I'm doing wrong. I'm probably doing something stupid. But, yep, build the wall up all the way, like that. And in these little compartments are where the stairs are gonna go. Boom. 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 And this over there is just going to be a mirror of this, so I'll cut me building that. These little walls, I'm only going to build up 3. I'll build up the rest of these walls. As well as this middle one. Alright, and next for these, I'm just going to build the rest out all the way to the wall, making a little 2 block wide doorway for each of these little compartments. This is how I do steps. It's like a very compact and easy way to do steps for any office building. So there you go. Next I'm going to get quartz steps, stone slab. You can really get anything you want, and get block of iron, and that's all I need. I'm going to then go count out 2 from the third block in. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. So there's 2 blocks on either side, 2 blocks on either side. Build this all the way up to the 6 block height. Do the same thing in this compartment. It's a very easy way to build steps. Next, I'm going to 1, 2, build up the steps like that. Build this across like this, and then do the same thing. Build the stone slabs like so, and there you go. So you can walk in and it'll take you to the next floor. To light the inside of it, I just take sea lanterns, go 1 block up for each one, and there you go. Same thing here. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. This will also work for 4 block high floors. This floor is 6 blocks high, but if you wanted to do 4 blocks high, you do the same thing, but just make it a block shorter and make this 2 blocks wide instead of 3. And it would work for, it would match up with 4 block high floors. And you just gotta put this sea lantern like that. Got rid of the middle point, midpoint, because I don't need it anymore. Then 1 block up, or actually I'll do 2 blocks up since that's the center of these, just to light the kind of outside of the core. And then you just make like a cool archway like that. And yeah. Now I'm just going to do the same thing I did here, but right here. I'm not going to connect the... Actually, I could. That would be cool. Now I'm just going to do the same thing I did here that I did over here. So I will cut that and see you when I'm done this. Alright, I'm back, and as you can see, I finished the other side of the core, and this is what it should look like. Something along the lines of this. And before I start filling in the roof, I'm going to test this out real quick. Boom, boom. Set clay. Okay, awesome. So, oh Jesus, regular clay works, which is good. So I think anything stained is what happens, like, is when World Edit gets messed up. So if I just use plain clay as the sealing material, then I should be good. But now I'm just going to start filling everything in with regular old clay. So boom, 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 move up, set clay, do the same thing here. And, yep, now I'm going to fill in all of this. It's important that I get this lined up right so that I don't fill in the wrong place. Boom. Boom. Awesome. And again, you don't have to use World Edit. It's just a little bit easier, but, I mean, there's nothing in this tutorial that you can't do by hand. If I was still on the Xbox, I'd be doing this by hand, which is totally fine. Kind of relaxing, actually, filling in all this stuff. Set clay. Let it think. There we go. And thank you subscribers for constantly telling me to get World Edit. I finally broke down and got it, and it's been a lot easier. I'm always cautious about downloading mods because I'm afraid I'm gonna like wipe everything. But oh well, I have the map backed up. Oh yeah, as like a flourish, if you want to add like kind of little moldings to the top of the doorways, make it look nice. Also, to light this, you can just put good old torches in the doorway. So this is a floor. This is going to be the floor of the building. Now to put sea lanterns on top. I'm just going to line them up, so boom, boom. Line them up with the vertical supports that I put all the torches on. It's a little overkill with the lighting, but you can never go wrong. And plus, I've never used sea lanterns before. I've always used glowstone, and I hate the look of glowstone, so thank you again to the person who I still don't know your name. Oh, I told you I'd put your channel in the description of my last video. I'll do that. Thank you to the person who showed me the wonders of sea lanterns. They look really nice. That looks nice. Yep. Gonna get out of here. There you go. There is a standard floor of the building that we're building. Also, to make it look nicer, I'm gonna do this. Just add little flourishes like that. On each corner. Just if you see where there's like lack of detail, you can always just kind of experiment and see what looks good, see what doesn't. Like I'm doing right now. I actually have another idea. I might do this. This would be cool if I just connected these here. Huh? I don't know, it's worth a shot. It's hard to tell whether this will look good with just one floor built. By the way, this next step might piss some people off, but it's the nature of the game with building skyscrapers that have multiple floors rather than just empty shells. Everything I just did in this tutorial that got us here, gonna have to do again 9 times. So I'm gonna build the same floor again 9 more times. Well, I'm just gonna copy paste it because I'm lazy and I have MC Edit and I'm a hack. So I'm going to make this 9 more times on top of this, so it's a 9-story building, and then I'll tell you where to go from there because there's more stuff to be done after that. So I will see you when this floor has been built 9 more times. Welcome back, and I want to point out, I didn't mean for you to build 9 more floors. I meant to build 8, having a total of 9 floors, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 floors in total. If you built the extra one, it doesn't matter. There's still going to be more floors after these initial 9. It's just math-wise, it's good to build 9 for right now because the first 2 floors are actually going to be converted into the lobby, and then there's going to be 5 floors, and then the other 2 floors right here are going to be converted into a sky lobby with a different kind of window layout. So first I'm going to get started on the top part, the window, like the sky lobby. And to do that, I'm going to first press F1 so I can see what I'm doing. Go right here and clear everything out. If you don't have world edit, just do it by hand. Type set air. Clear out all that stuff like that. Do that all the way around, starting here and ending here. All 4 sides. And this is just to kind of give variety to the windows layout, or the facade of the building. Sometimes buildings don't do this and it's just the same thing all the way up, but some buildings have this like kind of midsection like that, just to kind of give the building some I don't know what the word I'm looking for is, fanciness. Make it a little more I don't know, appealing to the eyes, aesthetically pleasing. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to do this. So as you can see, looks like that. Pretty nice. And I'm going to skip every block. In fact, I'm just going to build in front of where there's a iron pillar, and only where there's an iron pillar. So just kind of breaking up the facade pattern. You don't have to do this if you don't want to. If you like it just being the same thing all the way up, that's totally fine. There's a bunny now in there. Interesting. Not sure how he got up there, but yep, just kind of change things up, make it look cool. One other thing I'm gonna do is, I guess it would be cool if I did this. I like that. I'll do that. Neat. So yep, I'm gonna break up the facade in 2-story increments, or the breaks in like facade design are going to be 2 stories tall. So this is 2 stories tall. The lobby is going to be 2 stories tall. I'm going to build another 5 stories, and then the last 2 stories are probably going to look like this. And that will be the top of the building. So it's going to be a total of 16 stories high, which is pretty high given that the floors are 6 blocks high. Normally I make them 4 blocks. Like office buildings. I usually do it, office buildings are 4 blocks high. Office building floors are 4 blocks high. And residential building floors are 6 blocks high. Because you need all that extra headspace, like in a house or a condo versus an office building, where you're just meant to sit and work all day. Alright. And then just build iron across, make it look neat. Alright, so I'm going to do that thing that I just did on the other 2 sides of the building, which are over here. There, and the wall that you can't see right now, but will in like 2 seconds. This one. So I'm going to do what I just did right here, and see you guys when I finish that. Alright, I'm back, and as you can see, all 4 walls are the same all the way around. I don't have to show you, but I will. Alright, you get the idea. Now I'm going to go down here and clear out these 2 floors like so. Clear that out. And then I'm going to actually have to go inside the building. All the way inside. And go up to this right here. Hopefully I did this right. Neat. So cleared out so it just looks like that. Oops, fucked up. I will fix that. Alright. Oh, Jesus. Alright. That, so that it's all cleared out like so. Do that on all 4 sides. So that's 2 layers of stuff. So the this layer with the cayenne and also the entire window place. So starting here. And here. Neat. Also getting rid of these guys. Like so. So I'm going to do that for the rest of the 2 remaining walls and then get back to you when I'm done that. Alright, done clearing out all 4 walls, but that's not the end of our clearing journey. I'm going to have to clear out this floor as well. So I'm going to delete all these. And I'm going to put a disclaimer at the beginning of this video so that people don't build this when they first do. Or I'll try and make it so that people have to delete as much as possible. Or don't have to delete as much as possible. Because I know some people are going to be building this by hand, and I feel kind of bad making them build things and then delete it all. Just because it's easy for me to do it. So yeah, I will try and set as many warnings as possible. Or at least say that this is geared around. This tutorial is kind of aimed at people who have the ability to mass delete and fill things. AKA people with mods. Which, if you don't have mods and you're on PC, I'd definitely suggest getting World Edit. It's very simple to install and makes life a lot easier for building. Alright, so there we go. Next, what you're going to want to do is fill in these holes up here, because you don't want a doorway leading to nowhere. So just fill those in. You can even go as far as to get rid of these iron pillars going up so that it's just a doorway. Single doorway, so there's the core with only one entrance. So you can still get off on this floor, but obviously there's nowhere to go. But there you go. So there is the interior of the lobby. Again, no real, not really doing crazy detail in this tutorial. It's just kind of quick, dirty. And now to kind of design how the floors will look. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to build clay in front of this. And the other thing with doing this kind of off the cuff is that it's very repetitive work. You might do double work in that you might delete something and find yourself refilling it 5 seconds later, unfortunately. But it's the nature of the game, like I said. It's not easy building skyscrapers in this game. Alright, and next I'm going to connect all these. Kind of like what I did with the sky lobby. I'm going to break these up so that they're only so that it's only every other block, skipping one, making the space between them wider. A lot of kind of modern minimalist office buildings kind of follow this look, I guess you can say. I'll do this twice, and then I guess the pattern here is I do it twice and then cut the other two walls so this doesn't get too repetitive. Alright, sweet. I'm gonna zoom out. That looks pretty cool. But obviously there is one thing missing, and that is windows. So I'm just going to fill all this in between the iron and the cayenne stained clay with glass, blue stained glass. Wouldn't want to change the color halfway through the build. So yep, just fill that in. Obviously I would be filling it in with World Edit if I wasn't an idiot and actually knew how to do it with blue stained clay, but every time I do, it fills it with some form of wool, which again they probably just, I'm guessing the IDs are the same, and I could type in the ID, the block ID, but I'm a horrible person and I do not feel like looking up the block ID of blue stained clay. I might do it when I cut it, actually, just to make the rest of this go faster. And you'll only see me do this once. I won't fill this in again. I'll cut it before I do that. I'll tell you where to put it, but I won't show me actually placing all of these glass blocks. Alright, so that's the top window, and next what you're going to want to do is connect, or actually, it'd be cool if you did this. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Go 4 windows in, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Go all the way to the other end. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Leaving 2 open. This is going to be like the shop window area. And I'm going to take some iron again. Do the same thing, but this time all the way across. It's pretty cool. For the doorways, I'm just going to do this. Take the pane that we haven't used at all until just now. I'm going to take some stone slab, fill this in like that, and then fill in the rest of these with just shop windows. Big old shop windows. This is one thick building, like the walls, that is. All of these get filled. And again, sorry, like I said, if I wasn't so inept, I would be using World Edit right now. But it is not a perfect world, so unfortunately you have to watch me do this repetitive task. But don't worry, I'm almost done, but I seem to be fucking up the most. Alright, there you go. To add a little level of detail, you can bring out this, just to kind of give an accent to the doorways, And if you really want to get fancy, you could build this in one. I'm actually inside the building now. And then separate them like this. That way you can put in actual doors here, which would be shabby. But I usually don't do that. I don't know why. That looks cool, but I kind of want to do this. Don't know why. Just going to see what this looks like. Gotta experiment. That looks cool. I like that. I'm going to leave it. Alright, so I'm going to do pretty much the same thing. By the way, like I said, these walls aren't equal, so this is going to be different from that wall. But this wall is going to be the same as the wall over there. And this wall is going to be the same as the wall over there. So I'm going to do... I did that wall, now I'm going to do this wall. Just so you know. Again, fill these in. Although this wall is going to be pretty much the same as the other one. I forget what I did though. Oh, that's right. I filled in clay. Whatever, I can just do this. Fill that all the way in. Then I'm going to bring down the cayenne stained clay. Like so. And again, just keeping it with the vertical iron supports, skipping every other one. Starting on the first one. Oops. Then I'm going to do this. That was 4. I think there's going to be only one doorway then. Yeah, just one. Ooh, frame rate drop. And there's one thing I forgot, which was filling this in with clay. Just in between the cayenne sand clay and the iron. Just bring this up to the horizontal clay thing we just made. And one way to make realistic buildings is to think of it as though it's actually has gravity acting on it. Try not to make it look flimsy. Try to make it look as strong as possible, which is kind of why these walls are so thick. Trying to make it look like a sturdy 21st century office building, or 20th century, I guess. And then I'm going to fill in these windows. You'll watch me fill these in again, but I won't do the huge window, like I said. Alright. I should put music in the background of these, so there isn't as many awkward silences. Or at least when there are, there'll be like elevator music playing or something. Which I don't know if that would make it better or worse. Alright, so I'm done these. Now I'm just going to copy what I did with the doorway over there. Bring these down 2. Put this across. Build it out. Build it in. Put that. And then boom, boom. You got yourself a doorway. Alright, sweet. So I'm going to cut it now. I'm going to then off camera fill this in, this entire gap, just like I did over there with blue stained clay, and then do this and this again, this over there and this over there, so you don't have to see me do it twice, and then I will cut back when I'm done doing that. Alright, I'm back, and as you can see, the rest of the lobby has been filled in, and unfortunately I'm going to have to cut again because the next steps are building these 7 stories again on top of the top we have right now. So you're gonna have to build another 5 normal floors like the first floor we built. You're gonna have to build that another 5 times on top of this sky lobby, as well as a second 2-story tall sky lobby that we have right here with like the different windows and stuff. So basically after the lobby you're gonna have to build all of this. So from the top of the lobby up, you're gonna have to build again. So I'm going to do that. You'll get a better image of what I'm talking about once I cut back, but I'm going to go do that now. So see you when I'm done building that. Alright, so I'm back, and I built pretty much the entire building again. Basically how it's set up is there's a 2-story lobby, then 5 stories of just regular office space, then the 2-story sky lobby, then another 5 stories of regular office space, and then a second 2-story tall sky lobby. So that's the makeup of the building. Again, you don't have to follow this exactly like I'm doing. If you just want to have, you can honestly put as many floors. You can have these be separated. You could have this separating like every 10 stories instead of 5, or you can choose not to have a sky lobby at all. It's really up to you, but this is how I did it. Looks kind of cool. Next, what I'm going to do, oh yeah, another thing that I didn't mention, but I actually built the core up 1 more story on top of all this that I did. So on the top, just build up the core 1 more story. This is going to be the top of the building, so no more floors you have to build. But what I'm going to do now is this. I'm going to break these. This is just how I'm going to cap the building off. Just to kind of give it some flair. I'm going to extend these another 4 blocks, like so. Just to kind of differentiate the top of the building from the, just so it doesn't look like another copy of the sky lobby, which it totally is, but I'm gonna fudge it to make it not look like I just copy-pasted floors, because that is how you build good buildings in this game. It's how I build buildings in this game. I don't people usually get mad. I posted a time-lapse. I think it's like my 2nd most popular video. A time-lapse of building a skyscraper on PC. I personally don't like the video, not because I used MC Edit and copy-pasted floors, but because I didn't have any way of just recording a still camera of the time-lapse, and it's just my first-person view, so it's really fast and really kind of nauseating. But I made it, and I'm not going to take it off the channel. It's doing really well, although it's heavily disliked. But yeah, people in the comments really didn't like it because I was using MC Edit, and they're like, you should build everything by hand or you're a hacker. People were calling me a hacker in the comment section, which I'm flattered. I don't think downloading a program makes me a hacker, but I mean, whatever. But yeah, I don't have a weird code of ethics when it comes to building. You know, it's a lose-lose. You either get called a no-life for placing everything by hand, or you get called a hacker for using a cheat or an external program to build your buildings. So fuck it. You can't please everyone. I'm certainly not going to try. Yeah, sorry for that tangent. I'll get back to the tutorial. But yeah, what I just did is cleared out all that stuff. Now I'm going to... Actually, what am I going to do? Let me back up, look at the building, see how it looks. Get a taste of it. Now I'm going to do this. Outline this like that. Sorry if my keys are really loud. I don't know if it's mechanical. I honestly don't know what a mechanical keyboard is. Don't kill me. Well, I know what it is, like I just don't know how to tell if the keyboard I have is one or not. I haven't popped off the keys to look at the action or whatever of the keys. But it's super clunky. I kind of like it. I don't know what that noise was. It sounded like a bat. But, yeah, sorry if it's too loud. It's like a crappy Dell keyboard from like 2005 that you would see in like a school. But I like it a lot. I broke the ergonomic legs that have it stand up off though, which I'm really mad about. But oh well. I will live. But yeah, sorry. Sorry if that if you hear my keys and they're making it hard to listen to my banter. Or maybe you're glad that my keys are so loud because now you don't have to listen to my pointless banter. But anyway, hopefully you were following along with your eyes, because I wasn't explaining what I was doing, but I did that. Yep, outlined this in clay, filled it in with glass, and then brought the iron up. I'm going to do that for here too. So again, clay comes out, up and around. Right, I did this wrong, didn't I? I did. Okay, I see what I did wrong. Alright. Scratch that. Delete these. And then dig down one so that until you see the glass. Get rid of these. Fill this in all the way. So it looks cool. Alright. And then just bring all of these up. Like that. And I'll cross all the way. So yep, that looks pretty spiffy, if I do say so myself. Now what I'm going to do is bring this up like that, up and around like so. Again, just making it up as I go along, just kind of seeing what feels right. That's most of what goes into building skyscrapers. It's just trying to let the creativity flow and eyeballing what looks like. You always got to look at the building and make sure that what you're doing looks good. Always step back from the building, like it's a painting or something. Always got to step back, kind of soak it in, see what's working, what isn't. I think it's working though, whatever I'm doing. That looks pretty cool. Then I'm just going to, I think I'm just going to fill the rest of this in like that. That'd be sweet. How's that look? I think it would be even cooler if I went 2 blocks higher with that. So, I'll show you what I'm talking about. I'm going to... Alright, so that's like that, right? Sorry, it's kind of hard to do this without the other two built. The other two walls built, but yeah, I'm doing this. So, over there it's like this. I'm going to build this up 2 more. So, one, I'm going to go all the way around. Like so. Oops. Or do you know what? I can do this. I forgot. I have magic. Wait, I have to fill this in first. Set iron block. It's gonna fill it in with, oh wow, it actually did it right. I thought it was gonna fill it in with the ore. Alright, I'm gonna do that. Then I'm gonna do this. One more. Like, one more block high. So that it looks like that. Not too shabby, if I do say so myself. Do it again here. There you go. Back it up. Sweet. I like that. So I'm going to do that again for the other 2. Not going to have to watch me do it. So I will see you when I'm done filling in the remaining 2 walls. Alright, I'm back, and as you can see, the top is all filled out. All 4 corners, or all 4 walls, that is. Next on the list of things to do, this building is actually pretty close to being completed. One random thing I'm going to do is I'm going to build up 2 stone slabs in each corner, like so. All the way around, like that. Out like that, and then that. Let's see what this does. Stone slab. Alright, I had a feeling that was not going to work. T set stone slab bottom. Okay, screw it. I'm gonna hand do it. Sorry. I'm gonna exit. I'm gonna set this to air. Basically, what I'm trying to do is this. Just put a perimeter of stone slab all the way across. building like that. All the way across. Just to kind of give it detail on the top of the building. I like putting a lot of detail on the tops of buildings, or else it just kind of looks really fake. I'll be doing more of that in a minute, but first what I'm going to do is I'm going to select this block and select this block and set stone. That's not, oh wow, sweet. So cap that off like I just did, and every corner just replace it with stone. Actually, I do this. No, fuck it. Set stone. The reason why I'm doing this is, well, oh wait, did I not set all of them? Sorry, I'm like kind of working fast. Bear with my mistakes. I am only a man. Alright, got that nice and ugly, but for good reason, because this is a top thing. This is outdoors, can't have it look all fancy and indoorsy. That would just not make sense. Know what I'm saying? But next we're going to go into all these and cap off this. So get rid of all that because that's not leading anywhere. And just fill this in with iron. And do that for all four, because again, we cap this off, so these are just stairways to nowhere, which we can't have. Yep, 2 down, 2 to go. And again, you don't want people falling, so gotta fill it in. Like that. Again, sorry for all the deleting. This is probably a chore for people who are doing this by hand, and I apologize to them. I know your pain. I built by hand for the longest time. Alright, so now we have that. Now I'm going to cover this all in gray carpet to simulate like roofing, like waterproof stuff they put. So go to gray carpet. You can use any color you want. I use gray carpet. There are bunnies everywhere. It's really weird. Put that in. Boom. Boom. I wonder how this is gonna work. I killed the bunny. Oh, that didn't work the way I intended, but I kind of like it like that. I think I'm just gonna have it be gray. Or white. I'll set it to white carpet. Alright. My commenters are going to tell me what I'm doing wrong, and I will learn. See, I learn just as much from you guys as you do to me. Did I say that right? I don't know. Neat. Look at that. That's a fancy building. I'm going to then fill in this as well. Sweet. Alright, so next what I'm going to do is I'm going to take nether brick fence and torch, and I'm going to build up on these double stone slabs that we made and put a little thing on top, because can't have low flying airplanes lost in the fog running into your buildings and stuff. Gotta have fog lights and whatnot. Boop. Sweet. Next, gotta get some stone steps. I'm gonna count 2 in from the doorway. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Again, just kind of free balling right now. I don't plan. I'm not a schemer. Whatever the Joker thing is. I just do things. Alright. This is a stairway to get up to the top here. I'm going to have stone kind of overhanging like this. Again, just freeballing it. No real plan. Just kind of seeing how this looks. And the reason why I'm doing this is so that I have a place to put glass pane, aka fancy guide rail or guardrail, so that service people working up here do not fall and hurt themselves, because there's going to be solar panels here, because gotta be part of the solution and not the problem. Gotta go solar. LOL. And what I do for solar panels is I just take daylight sensors and lay them out so that they look nice. And if you want to go that extra step, you can just click them to make them blue and more solar panel-y. The yellow doesn't look too solar panel-y, but the blue does. So you gotta go in and double click them all to I don't know what that does. I've used solar panels or daylight sensors very rarely, so I don't know what they do, and I don't remember ever having to click them in like I'm doing right now. So if anyone in the comment section wants to key me in on what that does, feel free to drop me a line. Alright, this will be the last solar panel we put up here. Sweet. More indicators. Just so people can see what they're doing when they're up here toiling away at the solar panels that we just built. Oh shit. Gotta have a bunch of lights. Buildings have a bunch of lights. Fun fact. So, just gonna put a bunch here. Light up this whole area. Looking good. Lastly, air conditioning vents. Again, this is kind of like an age-old thing. I never came up with this. This has kind of been around for a while, but how to build air vents or air conditioning consoles, or I don't know what to call them, stations. Just build a little cube out of iron or polished andesite or stone or whatever you think looks like a thingy, and put that in so it kind of looks like the fans kind of blowing air in or sucking air in. I don't know, but yep, this is looking pretty good. Next, I'm going to take polished andesite. Actually, I'm going to take stone. Going to go here and here, build up 2, take my fancy wooden axe, make this big thing right here, throw a couple levers on it, there, maybe put a layer of stone slab to make it look not like a pile of rocks and more like a huge device of some sort. And then I'm going to take polished andesite and come off of here. Like that. Have this kind of spew off of here. Even have it come. Oh shit. Even have it come off here a little bit. This is going to be like air conditioning vents and stuff. If I do that one more time, I'm going to scream. Alright, put the andesite down. This building is nearing its final stages. Just 2 more. Alright, that's good enough for me. Actually, I'll add 1 more. And then I'm going to take some stone bricks, kind of cap these off, make it kind of look like it's going into the ground. Give it that extra level of detail. Zoom out. There you go. You got yourself a fancy little office building. Yep, so that is the tutorial on how to build this guy. I'll time set to 0 so you can see what it looks like in the daytime. Pretty cool. Awesome. So that is how you build a skyscraper. Oh, I almost forgot. The most important thing of a skyscraper is an antenna. So I'm going to just kind of add a quick one right here. It's not too hard. All you need is brick bar, iron, that might need where is it? This. Might need that. Might need red stained clay as well. So basically all you do is take 2, 3, 4. Boom. Boom. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 2, 3, 4. 4 and boop. Put you can put sea lanterns in it as well. I hate it when that happens. Sea lantern, just to kind of brighten it up. And I always put iron bars on the sides of it just to kind of make it look legit, as they say. I don't know, it looks like kind of weird antenna-y things coming off of it. Makes it look more realistic in my opinion. There you go. There is the office building. Do a zoom around. Turn that off. But yep, that is how you build a office building in Minecraft. Again, you can add little things at the bottom, like say you wanted to put grass and stuff. You can always do that, just to make it pretty. Put that there. Like, do that on every corner, make it nice. Or you can take an anvil. I did not know it made that noise. Put bushes, as Corrales would say, on the. Don't want to overdo it. Bushes around the perimeter of the building, just to make it look that much more fancy. But yep, there you go. There's my quick and dirty tutorial on how to make a skyscraper in Minecraft. You can even go that extra step, give it some cool exterior lighting to kind of light up the side of the building, kind of like what I did up there. Cool things, anything you want. Add little logos on the sides of it, doesn't really matter, but there you go. There it is. This has been Colonial Puppet. I hope you found this tutorial to be at least somewhat useful. And other than that, this has been Colonial Puppet. Have a good day.